There's an exact science to getting what you want, and those who know about it are the highest performers among us: athletes, Olympians, millionaires, winners, those who break through seemingly impossible barriers against all odds. It's not just that they're talented or even lucky, it's so much more than that. It's the super cool science that I'm talking about today, and it's available to all of us. But so many people dismiss the entire concept of manifesting because they don't understand it. They call it new age hippy dippy bullshit. And that means they are missing out on an entire realm of possibility in this life. But I am not going to let you miss out, my friends. Let's take manifesting mainstream today. Let's make it accessible and easy to understand because it's not woo-woo. This shit is real and it works. Even if you already know some things about manifesting, keep listening because I'm sharing an easy way to see how it works, why it works, and the actual steps that you can take to start attracting more of what you want and less of what you don't. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Hilary Silver. I'm a psychotherapist, master coach, and lifestyle mentor of 25 years, and I'm a multi-8-figure entrepreneur. I'm flipping the script on self-help so you can be unapologetically self-centered and get anything that you want in this life. So if that sounds good, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Like all of science, there are specific laws that govern the process of manifestation. And just like the law of gravity, we don't see it, but we experience the effects of it, don't we? It's time to accept it and leverage its powers because it is real. And once you understand these laws and integrate them into your way of life, you can tap into this omnipotent power, an endless and eternal source of creation that exists for our benefit. And you will see into creation all that you desire. And if you ignore it, wah, wah, you will miss out. Too bad, so sad for you. And I just don't want that for you. I know firsthand how this works because I've been able to attract more wealth, opportunity, and success in the last 7 years than I ever imagined possible. And I've witnessed my clients doing the same using my manifesting methods. Let's start with a simple explanation of how manifesting works. And then I'm going to get into my zone of genius, which is where neuroscience and manifesting meet, and explain how our brains are the generator of all of this. And that by changing your brain, you can start getting more of what you want. So let's begin with the basic understanding of just 2 of the 12 universal laws. The law of vibration states that everything in the universe is in constant motion. Nothing ever stands still. You may remember that we learned this in physics class in high school. That is, if you weren't doodling I Heart Steve on your notebook. Everything is made of cells, which is made of atoms and molecules, right? Even physical objects. The speed or rate at which something vibrates is referred to as its frequency. You can think of this frequency as vibrational energy, and everything has its own specific energy frequency. So physical objects, obviously, will have the lowest frequency as they don't move. And when something vibrates so fast, we can actually hear it, right? Think hummingbirds or all the annoying drones that we've been listening to and hearing lately. Each of us vibrate at a certain frequency too. When we are at a low level of vibration, it's because of who and how we are in that moment. It's our state of being. Make sense? Imagine being physically sick or depressed. You're in bed, not moving. That is low frequency. Versus being high on life and you're at a concert dancing your ass off, being super active, that is high frequency. And not all of this is about physical movement. It's our mental and our emotional state too that contributes. You don't have to be physically in motion to be vibrating at a high level. They do often go hand in hand, but it's not always connected because you can sit in quiet meditation and vibrate at a high frequency because of your state, the state that we just talked about. So essentially, Our thoughts, emotions, and our state of being send out vibrations into the universe. Our being, our identity, who we are at any given moment creates our vibration. Every thought leads to our mental and emotional state, and that has a corresponding rate and frequency of vibration. High energy particles are naturally attuned to other high energy particles, and the same is true for those that have low energy. We must match our vibration with that of what we want. That is what is meant by becoming an energetic match for what you want. Maybe you've heard that phrase. All of this shifts the focus away from what we are doing every day and comes back to how we are being, which you know that I love to talk about. The law of attraction is the law of vibration in action. In order to have the things that you desire in life, you have to work out how to vibrate on the same frequency as the things you want, because like attracts like. And what we experience in our lives is a mirror. An honest and unforgiving mirror most of the time, reflecting back to us who we are, our self-worth, our beliefs, our mindset, and our energy. So everything is always either being pushed away or pulled towards something. Items of a similar vibration are attracted to each other. So if you want to attract all the amazing good things that you desire into your life, then you must vibrate at a higher frequency. If you are at a low vibration, then you will not be able to receive those things that you want, whatever it is. And you will attract low vibe people, experiences, and situations into your life. And we want high vibes, right? So now that we're vibing high, let's talk about the universal connection. That's what I call it. There are 5 fundamental truths that I want to share with you. First, whether you call it God, spirit, universe, whatever you want to call it, there is an infinite wisdom that exists, and it's an all-knowing, omnipotent energy source, a divine presence. This does exist. Second, this wisdom source, the universe, is connected to you, to me, and to each of us, whether we like it or not. And it's always present, and it's always listening to you. It hears what you think and say, and it understands how you feel. It's aware always of what is going on with you, even when you're not sure of what's going on with you. It's like intercepting messages from you. So what this means is that there is a direct line between you and the universe, all of you, your subconscious and all. Third, the universe wants you to have what you want. The universe provides. But here's the thing, it cannot discern or distinguish between the thoughts that you are having about what you do want and what you do not want. It just delivers whatever you are focusing on. So if you focus on not having the bad thing happen, or not getting the thing that you want, or you're worrying about it, the universe simply gets the message of this thing that you are obsessing about and will send it, even if it's the thing that you don't want. And if you are sending the message that you want something and it's clear what you want, that's great. You can get it. But if you're in a low vibrational state of being, you will not get it. You will repel it from coming to you. You won't be able to receive it. This is why we talked about energy at the beginning. You have to be clear what you want, focus on what you want, and be an energetic match to receive it. Fourth, we are all always in a constant state of thought. Conscious thought, what we are aware of thinking, and subconscious thought, that which we aren't aware of thinking. But did you know that 95% of all the thinking that we do is subconscious? Yep, it's true. What we think all the time does 2 things. It creates our emotional state and our energetic vibrational level, and it means that you're always sending messages to the omnipotent power of the universe, whether you realize it or not, which is why we are talking about this today, so that you can learn to be more intentional about what you are saying to influence the universe in the ways that you desire intentionally. So, what messages are you sending to the universe? Think about it. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, your energy and vibe. So based on what I've shared so far, are you someone who is going to get what you want, to attract it into your life, or are you repelling it? even subconsciously. Perhaps you're sending mixed messages where you think about what you want, you wish for it, you pray for it, you dream about it, you obsess about it, you make vision boards and light candles. But subconsciously, unbeknownst to you, deep down, you are afraid of it. You don't feel worthy of it. You don't really believe it's possible for you. And if you're stuck in low vibe energy, fearful, comparing yourself to others, feeling like you don't measure up or have what it takes and you're fucking mad about it, if you don't feel worthy of this thing that you want, you're scared of receiving it, you can't imagine it or visualize it, you are sending mixed messages. And this is what I call ambivalence, where you want the thing and you don't at the same time. You want the thing, but you really don't feel that you're ready for it. The universe cannot discern. So no matter how badly you want it, it just won't happen. This is when you are blocking the things that you want in your life. So what can we do about this? This is where it gets interesting and even better. This is the place where neuroscience and the laws of the universe meet, the point of intersection, which brings me to my last point, and then I'm going to leave you with 5 practical takeaways to help you get started. So the 5th universal truth: you get to decide what you think and feel and believe. Yes, you have the ability to shift your state of being whenever you want. You can train your brain to think new thoughts, to think the thoughts that you want to think, the thoughts that will put you in an elevated emotional state and a higher vibrational frequency, and to make your subconscious conscious, making the covert overt. So you are fully aware of yourself and you don't accidentally, inadvertently block what it is that you really want. So here are 5 ways to start getting more of what you want and less of what you don't. First, notice your energy and your emotional state throughout the day. If you're so busy and on autopilot that you have trouble connecting with yourself and noticing and tuning in, you can set an alarm on your phone, or you can make it a habit to check in anytime that you eat something. Pair the check-in with something that you periodically are already doing throughout the day. The goal is to be more aware of yourself and just remind yourself to be high vibe. Catch yourself being low vibe. I can just feel myself when I'm being grumpy or I'm ruminating on something. I'm aware of it. And I can decide in that moment if I want to continue being that way or if I'm going to shift. It is a choice. What I do is I speak the words of the emotions that I want to feel instead, and it almost immediately puts me in that state. It's like a cue to remind me of how I want to feel, who I want to be, and I can decide in that moment to shift out of the low vibe state and into a high vibe state. So I say things to myself like high vibe or abundance, open, loving, accepting, and peaceful. You can select the feelings that you want to feel and notice how it reminds you of the choice that you have. You can stay where you are or shift. It is definitely a decision that you get to make in those moments. Next, pay attention to your thought habits. These are your automatic thoughts that you have. They are embedded in you. And if you are defaulting to pessimism, judgment, negativity, actively work on changing your automatic default reactions and thoughts. Our brains are meant to evolve and expand and grow. It's called neuroplasticity. You can teach your brain to think new things. How cool is that? I'm going to put the link to some of my previous episodes on how to change the way you think in the show notes, so you can go back and reference some of those. When you recondition yourself to think new things, you naturally elevate your energy and your vibrational level, and it becomes your new emotional home. It's a higher default set point. You can train yourself to be more optimistic, positive, fearless, open, accepting, and to expect the good. Third, because the universe cannot distinguish between what you want and what you don't, you have to focus only on what you do want. And make sure that you are not thinking about it in terms of what you don't want. Meaning, what you want is not the absence of what you don't want. For example, if you're dating, you definitely don't want to be out there on the apps or in real life worried about all the bad things that can happen. You don't want to be out there looking for the red flags, because guess what? You're going to find them. They will come to you. If you're so worried about somebody being a scammer or not being healthy or not being good, that is what you're going to get. So rather than worrying about that and focusing on that, you're going to only focus on these amazing people who are coming into your life. And oh my gosh, there's so many wonderful people in the world. I'm so excited to meet everybody. That's the mindset. That it's focusing on what you want, not in the absence of what you don't want. Notice when you are ruminating or what ifing about things not being what you want, and instead focus entirely on the outcome you do want. Fourth, be grateful for what you want as if you already have it. This is the law of assumption, assuming that what you want is already yours. Fifth, it can be hard to imagine living the life that you will have when you have that thing that you want in the future. A healthy, loving relationship if you've not had one before, hitting your goal weight and keeping it off forever, or total financial freedom. So the tool for this to help train your brain is visualization. It teaches your brain to expect that what you want will happen. It allows you to feel and experience now what it will be like when you have the thing that you want, so that it becomes your new normal. It makes it normal for your brain to live this new future state. Visualization is one of the best and most effective tools for growing your brain and manifesting what you desire. So, if you really want to become a magnet for all the things that you want and have more structure and guidance on the work that you need to do specifically, I really encourage you to sign up for the Daily Journal. It's the best tool for helping you manifest anything you want. It's the method that I created to literally rewire the brain. It's neuroscience meets manifesting practices. It combines the power of visualization and the law of attraction, the law of assumption, radical gratitude, and more. I will put the link in the show notes as I always do. Even though we covered a lot today, it's very simple and practical, and you can do it. Try it on, see how it feels. You literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So let me know how it goes. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.